Hey YouTube gardeners, I'm going to be starting a new bed today. I'm getting rid of some more sod and I want to do a zinnia bed. Fairly large bed dedicated to nothing but zinnias, different types of zinnias. I'm excited about it. Zinnias are one of my favorite flowers to grow during the summer. They bring in a ton of pollinators and they're beautiful. They bloom for a long time, so it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to show you how I lay it out, and I'm going to be doing this bed lasagna style. This is something, full disclosure, I've never done this before. So a lasagna style bed is essentially where you stack layers of cardboard first, or newspaper, or something that's going to totally put a mat over the weeds. In this case, it's going to be sod or grass. So once you put that layer down, you add layers of compostable materials. You can put compost on, that's a great thing. You can put scraps of leaves or newspaper or things like that that are totally compostable. I wouldn't put twigs or anything. But then you need to top it off with either topsoil compost mix or lots of compost in order to have something to actually plant into. You can't plant straight into the cardboard. Obviously, you want to leave the cardboard in, or if you do paper bags or newspapers, you need to leave that in layers so it'll suppress whatever's underneath it and kill it. I'm a little hesitant because I'm doing it over turf grass, but apparently it works. I'm going to do it and we'll find out. I'll keep you updated and we'll see how it goes throughout the summer, see if any of the grass ends up growing through. But I will be trimming out a border, first of all, where I put the landscape edging on. That way I don't have to deal with the grass growing into the bed. And I'm going to dig out the grass for about a foot around the whole border of the bed just to keep any grass from shooting out underneath the cardboard. And in my mind, it's going to work. So we'll do this and find out. But first, I'm going to show you how I start things and lay things out. All right, so there's the area where I'm going to put it down there, corner. See, I laid a garden hose out. To me, that's a good thing to use because they're long enough. Most of us have a garden hose and it's easily seeable. I can lay it down, move it around. I tweaked by pulling the border right here out a little bit and closer a little bit. And when it was closer, it just looked flat. It looked like I had an angled bed. So I really made an accent curve having it come back out farther out to this midpoint. So there's the garden hose, and I have used string or something in the past, but the garden hose is just a little easier to see. The problem with the garden hose is I don't want to spray paint it. As I use the marking paint to go spray on the grass so I know where to cut, I have to move the garden hose out of the way. So in this case, I ended up putting a few rocks down to help map out where I'm going. They can give me enough of a guide so I can spray paint. Can't really see it on the camera, but there's a good orange line there. It's worth saying that we had rain the last 4 or 5 days and a lot, so the ground's really wet. It makes this part a lot easier. Probably gonna go back about, yeah. I'm gonna go in the bed, say about 10 inches, I think. Now that I looked at it, I'll trim this whole section out to give me a buffer. Now for the fun part. I know some people have turned their, or pulled up their sod and just turned it over, laid it back down. I'm not going to do that. I think this is a little too compacted for my taste in garden bed. I'm out of room. That was fun. There we go. Well, there you have that. Next, I'm gonna knock some of this soil off back into the dirt here, and then chop it up in manageable pieces and haul it away. You don't need to watch that. I lied. Next, I'm gonna do the landscape edging, and then I'm gonna use some of the dirt to backfill a little bit. I have another video that I did last week about putting in landscape edging, but just to give you an idea, I dug that outside edge down nice and straight. Got it about 5 inches down. How deep the edging is. Now I'm going to put the edging in. Alright, so I did that back side up against the rock. Again, that was just to give me a buffer. The cardboard is going to go up against that rock, but I don't know that I'm going to be cutting it perfectly. So I have that 10-inch, some places 8-inch buffer, where hopefully the grass won't shoot out and come up around the top of over the cardboard. Next step, I'm going to fill this in. I have some topsoil. Started filling it in over there because I needed to empty the wheelbarrow. And that's where I'm at. Now it's time to lay down the cardboard. I've been saving some cardboard up from packages for all the way from last Christmas. It's now May, and I should have enough. And this box alone is going to cover half the bed. All right, so I've heard from different videos you need to have at least 2 layers thick, and I've heard people that say you should have it 1 layer thick. The idea is the cardboard gets wet and breaks down fairly well. Once the worms and everything start working at it, and the microbiology, macrobiology, it'll take care of the cardboard, especially when it's wet and soft from being in a bed that gets irrigation. So now I'm just going to lay it out. You want to make sure you don't have any gaps or any holes, because that's where grass could come through. As far as cardboard, I took all the tape off of any of these because that's not going to biodegrade really. And I didn't use any colored ones that had glossy. Like this is a pizza box that has no glossy print on it, so it should work apparently. Just put that more to the center because it has some pizza grease on it. Don't want to attract any critters. These smaller ones are going to be easier for me to follow the curve with. Overlapping them a little bit every time I lay a piece down. Okay, it was totally calm, but now it's getting a little breezy, so I'm going to lay down a layer of topsoil, garden soil actually, on top of this to hold it down. Here, I'll find my shovel. Another trick is to wet it down. I'm going to get a hose and wet it down. That'll help it, first of all, get moist and start breaking down already. Second of all, it'll weigh it down to keep it blowing away. Gotta go get another load. Give you a little different vantage point here. some grocery bags. I forgot I saved those. Those can be used as well. Got all the grass spots covered, and except for that one by right kind of the back middle, and then I've got an area where the sprinkler head is. I'm going to need to dig out and put it on a riser to get it above the zinnias that will be here. But now I'm going to wet it down and bury it with the rest of the topsoil. This is my last wheelbarrow full. I'm out of topsoil. So I'm going to look for low spots at this point and try to fill those in, or thin spots where I can still see some cardboard. Here's some finished product. I have a bunch of zinnias I'll plant by seed, and it'll fill in nicely. Some tall Benary giants in the back next to some California giants.